The top 10 best Xbox One games of 2022. Number 10. Saints Row. Are you tough enough to get into Santo Ileso? Saints Row introduces you to a GTA-like open world set in a city ruled by crime. To survive in Santo Ileso, you'll have to deal with 3 factions that reign over here: Los Panteros, the Idols, and Marshall Defense Industries. Your team will be made up of dissidents from these 3 gangs, and your goal is to disrupt them and seize their power. You'll be able to drive, run, and shoot like in GTA, but in an anarchic and crime-ridden scenario. Developed by Volition, this game is a reboot of a whole saga of the same name that began in 2006 and already had 4 main games. According to the developers, they want to pull away from the wacky tone of previous games and pick up a more serious topic with the dark humor that made them famous. Will it be as good as it looks? You'll have to wait until August to find out. Number 9. Nobody Saves the World. You'll have to save the world as Nobody, a character without any special trait. But after finding a magic wand, you'll be able to take different forms such as a dragon, slug, robot, and more. There are 15 forms in total, each one with unique abilities. The gameplay is a dungeon crawler RPG, like The Legend of Zelda, with a top-down perspective. Seems like a simple concept, but you'll discover there's a lot to do as, in each area, you'll unlock side quests as you progress. Nobody Saves the World was developed by DRINKBOX Studios and was released in January 2022 for PC and all Xbox consoles. However, since it was such a good game, everyone wanted it. So the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation editions were later released in April. Great, right? Now let's save the world. Number 8. Starfield. Developed by Bethesda Game Studios, this game is a mystery. However, it's in this top for a reason. Its creators are the ones behind The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, and Fallout 4, which, might I remind you, are great games. Starfield proposes to open up an entire universe for thousands of players to glide through the cosmos aboard spaceships and explore the surface of unknown planets, like No Man's Sky, which is considered a gem. Apparently, Starfield won't have a story mode, but you can play your own adventure and customize your character as you wish. What we do know is that it'll be set in the year 2330, 50 light years away from our solar system. You'll have to wait until November 2022 to try it, but expectations are high up in the stars. Number 7. A Plague Tale: Requiem. The A Plague Tale saga returns this 2022. There's no confirmed date, but from what we've seen in the trailer, this game will be superb. The adventure of Amica and Hugo continues, fleeing from the Inquisition and waves of filthy rats that devour everything. Developed by ASOBO Studios, A Plague Tale: Requiem maintains the horror-themed stealth gameplay format that made the first game so famous. Its story seems to be as well written as A Plague Tale: Innocence, but this time you'll head to an island where Hugo's salvation may lie. One of the most striking elements of this saga is that, through alchemy, you'll have access to a wide range of skills. Also, the rat factor is always quite interesting because while you might fall victim to them, you can also use them to get rid of the Inquisition soldiers. Ready for this horror journey? Number 6. It Takes Two. Don't let that cartoonish appearance fool you, it has a heavy undertone. It's an adventure and platform game that can only be played in co-op. It doesn't have a single-player mode. Why? This is where its story becomes important. Cody and May are a couple about to divorce, and their daughter Rose unwittingly activates a spell and turns them into dolls. Now only through cooperation and teamwork will they manage to return to their bodies. Do you now understand the reason for its gameplay system? And if you ever forget, there's a weird anthropomorphic relationship therapy book out there. It's considered one of the best co-op games ever, but it has some problems. When its developers, HAZELIGHT Studios, wanted to trademark the name, the video game company Take-Two Interactive complained, saying the 2 names were too similar and could cause problems for both. Hopefully they can come to an agreement and have a sequel soon. Number 5. Forza Horizon 5. Time to break all records. After the masterpiece that was 2018's Forza Horizon 4, Playground Games and Microsoft have the 5th installation ready, which will be released in November. It'll be exclusive for PC and the Xbox family, and it'll feature an open world to explore, full of beaches, swamps, canyons, tropical coasts, jungles, and even volcanoes. whose weather will change depending on the time of year. Isn't it wonderful? It'll all be set in Mexico, on a map 50% bigger than its predecessor. Like any great racing game, it'll have a wide repertoire of cars. There are 491 confirmed, but more will arrive through its DLC. A new feature will be the Piñata Pop Mode, where a plane will drop piñatas and players will have to run over them all. It was named the most anticipated game at the E3 2021 Awards, and rightfully so. Have you warmed up the engines yet? Number 4. Gotham Knights. I know what you're thinking, that this game is part of the Batman Arkham Saga, but no, it's an alternate story. In this new open-world action game, Batman has apparently died, and his former teammates will have to reunite to control the chaos in Gotham City. Nightwing, Batgirl, Tim Drake's Robin, and Red Hood will have to face the Court of Owls and other villains like Two-Face and Mr. Freeze. Each member of the Bat family will have their own skills, which will add a lot of dynamism to the game, unlike the Batman Arkham Saga games where you only play as Batman. Plus, it'll have co-op, where 2 players will fight evil together. Gotham Knights is currently being developed by WB Games Montreal and will be released in October, but considering what we've seen so far, it's guaranteed to be a masterpiece. Ready to join the Bat family? Number 3. Hitman 3. There's only one way to describe this game: a work of art. Developed by IO Interactive, Hitman 3 brings closure to the world's most famous assassin video game trilogy. It's an action and stealth game where you play as Agent 47 again and travel through Dartmoor, Berlin, Chongqing, and Mendoza to eliminate your targets. You'll also be able to access a bonus trip to the Carpathians, Romania, for an epic epilogue. Hitman 3 picks up the story after the second installment. Agent 47 and his partner Diana Burnwood defected from the International Contract Agency, so now they're persecuted. And to be free, they must take down Providence, a group of top executives who orchestrate everything that happens in the world. Hitman 3 is the most successful of all the games in the series, and has earned excellent reviews on Metacritic, Eurogamer, GameSpot, IGN, and more, all with ratings of 9 out of 10. Join this world of assassins once and for all, before they take you by surprise. Number 2. Halo Infinite. Are the best titles exclusive to Xbox? Halo Infinite was developed by 343 Industries and distributed by Xbox Game Studios, obviously only for PC and Xbox. It follows the futuristic-themed FPS formula of the previous games and takes place in the year 2560, after the events of Halo 5 Guardians. Here you'll have to fight against an artificial intelligence called Cortana and a group of alien soldiers called the Banished. In addition to the main story, Halo Infinite also features multiplayer, capture the flag, team battles, and a mode called Big Team Battle, where up to 24 players are allowed as opposed to the regular 4 vs 4 teams. Everything in this game is on another level, since the developers planned Halo Infinite as a spiritual reboot for the entire saga. Now, it's not that everything that happened before is ditched, but this game will be the starting point of quality and content for future games in the saga. Before introducing you to the champion of this video, it's important to make 3 honorable mentions that almost earned a place in this top. LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. The LEGO Star Wars games from the main films have been unified into a single deluxe installment. Check it out. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. The medieval magic and action RPG released in 2015 finally came to Xbox, and it looks better than ever. Ori and the Will of the Wisps 2020. This platformer with fantasy designs and psychedelic art is a real gem. You gotta try it. Now it's time to show you the game everybody's talking about. Number 1. Elden Ring. It was released just in February and is already a worldwide sensation. It's a third-person action RPG developed by From Software and Bandai Namco Entertainment. And if you have any doubts about its quality since it's a relatively new game, let me tell you, it's a collaboration between Hidetaka Miyazaki, creator of the Soul series, and George R.R. Martin, the famous writer of Game of Thrones. It offers the best gameplay and story. Set in a medieval, magical, and rather dark world, this game is quite a challenge for the most experienced gamers. It's been well received by critics with outstanding ratings, even scoring 10 out of 10 from several specialized media, such as IGN, GameSpot, and Game Revolution. Plus, Metacritic gave it a 96. While its forte is the single-player adventure, you'll also have a PvP mode available, where you can face off other gamers online to see who's built the best character. It's all around an epic game.
This thing's amazing.
Do you agree with this top? If you think any game is missing, tell me in the comments. And while you're there, like the video and subscribe for more content like this. Until the next gaming adventure.